This is News 6 Tonight.
Hey, welcome to News 6 Tonight. We hope you're having a good one. What is it, Wednesday? We halfway through this
It's Wednesday.
awful week?
You've had a sneezing fit, and I can't help but notice your voice sounds different.
I need for that camera right there to stay off of me because you're going to, I just, no, my eyes are red and swollen. I was walking over here.
You sneezed like 20 times in a row, and everyone is like moving away from you. We can't get far
I was in a
enough away.
3-round boxing match right before we went on, so we'll see
There's-
if my voice
There's something in the air. I hope you feel better, and I hope you
I feel fine.
spread anything
Some
to the
sort of
rest of us.
allergen going on.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's, Hey, welcome to News 6 Tonight. I'm Ginger Gadsden. That's Matt Austin. Another busy day here on a Wednesday, midweek hump
Good to
day.
see Rail Stalker with us.
Oh, yeah. Always so good to see the regulars. So thank you for sticking with us and making this your streaming destination at 9 o'clock at night where we get a chance to catch up on the day's news. And as usual, a lot of stuff is going on. We have something exclusive. Our community correspondent, Emily McLeod, got her hands on a lawsuit that was filed by a family. I don't know if you know about this shooting that happened a couple of years ago at the Paddock Mall, and it happened 2 days before Christmas, there's never a good time for something like this to happen. But when you're at the mall with your family and trying to get things done and something horrific like this happens, a 40-year-old man was killed. And now his family is bringing lawsuit against the mall, saying that they did not do their due diligence in making this mall a safe place. And so the big question that Emily is trying to find out now is, okay, after this lawsuit is filed, we'll see what happens, but is the mall safe today? Here's part of her report.
The failures are particularly egregious here.
In 2023, David Barron was shot and killed at the Paddock Mall 2 days before Christmas. Police believe this man, Albert Shell Jr., pulled the trigger. Nearly 2 years later, the family has filed a lawsuit, and they say the Paddock Mall was not safe at the time of the shooting.
One of the busiest shopping days of the year, December 23rd. I mean, the security was entirely inadequate at Paddock.
The lawsuit accuses Paddock Mall, the mall's former owners, Washington Prime Group, and Allied Security of several security shortcomings, including failing to have enough guards in visible areas to deter crime and failing to have surveillance cameras throughout the building. Since this incident, Paddock Mall has come under new ownership.
What do you want for your clients at the end of the day?
First and foremost, we want justice for what happened here. We want the mall to be held accountable, but ultimately the only thing my clients want is to get this message out that if you operate a business, whether it's a mall, a strip mall, a nightclub, an apartment complex, that if you do not take security seriously, you will be held accountable.
And that is a big one. You got to take security at these places very seriously, especially around the holidays when you're out and about with your family. And of course, this just happened today, so still a lot to come on this one. But malls used to be the places where everyone would hang out for the holidays. And I every once in a while for the holidays, I do like a mall.
They're still busy.
They're very busy.
You go to
Very
that
busy.
mall at Millennia during anywhere near the holidays.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
after
Well,
Halloween.
if you can get there, traffic is the
Kidding me?
worst over on that side. of
It is, and I remember seeing the videos from that Paddock Mall shooting. It was pure chaos. It was filled
Yeah.
with people. You hear gunshots in one of those, and it's at that time, and you have some crazy times. It'll be interesting to see the precedent. I don't know what precedents are set for how
Mall
how
security
you
works.
decide if they were responsible or negligent. I don't know how hard that case is to prove.
Yeah. Well,
But
thank
business
goodness
owners will be
it's
paying close attention.
absolutely, and it's up to the lawyers to build that case for sure.
Yeah. Our next story has to do with artificial intelligence, apparently.
They're taking our jobs anyway, but this is a job I want them to have.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are against this. So school buses in Brevard County are being equipped with AI video cameras. The deal is they're going to spot those cars. We've all seen it. It happens actually quite
All the
frequently.
time.
When you see the buses, they stop, the little stop signs come out. Obviously, your job as a driver is to stop.
Pay attention.
Unless there's a median of at least, I haven't
Yeah.
taken my driver's test in a while, but maybe 6 feet wide or something like that.
But people will go around you or honk at you because you stopped.
Right. They get angry, especially like when you're coming and I always cross them when they're coming toward me in my neighborhood and you have to stop. And people are like, what are you stopping for? It's like, there's a
The
school
law.
bus right here. Well, if you don't stop in this area, even if there's not a cop around, these cameras are supposed to be able to catch you using artificial intelligence. And they say the goal is to change driver behavior. Our community correspondent Stephanie Rodriguez takes a look at the technology.
Parents know not every driver respects school buses when they're stopped, and now those drivers will get a hefty citation in the mail.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
The bus safety program is a collaboration between the sheriff's office and the school district designed to alter driver behavior.
The program has equipped school buses with advanced safety technology, including AI-powered stop arm cameras that detect when a car illegally passes a bus.
Florida law requires drivers to stop when a school bus displays its stop signal, but parents continue. People drive recklessly near school buses.
I witnessed a little girl get hit at the last place we had in Texas by just driver being impatient around a suburb.
During the camera's pilot program, 10 buses recorded nearly 800 illegal passings. That's about 2 passes per bus per day. The footage is sent to law enforcement for independent review before the driver is sent a $225 ticket.
That'll get your attention.
That will, yeah. So state law passed in 2023 allowing these cameras. If you're saying, is this legal? Yeah, they passed the law, and that allows people to be cited for cameras that are on a bus. Now, other places have tried this, and they're doing it right now, and there have been some issues. Our investigator, Mike DeForest, I don't know if you remember that story. There was a guy who lived up here who didn't drive down to
tickets,
Miami, and he got a nasty one of these tickets, $200 ticket and he's like, I've never even been to where you're talking about. So there can be issues with this stuff.
Of course. But the other part of Stephanie's story that I liked is that 90% of people who received these tickets did not reoffend. So they learned their lesson. Is what I'm hearing. And I want you to stop in these school zones because these kids, they're not paying attention. But that's your job as the adult to pay attention. I come through 2 school zones in order to get to work. And, you just have to leave a little earlier or you're just going to be late.
Yeah.
But you cannot speed around these buses and potentially hit one or more of these kids, putting their lives in danger.
I live in a neighborhood with a lot of stop signs, and if you get stuck behind a school bus, you're going to be 10 minutes late, but that is just the game you're playing.
Sorry.
You have to know. You cannot
turn off that main drag.
I really feel like a lot of people make it as a mistake. They're just not thinking. The bus is there. They're like, I'll go around. They're not thinking about, hitting a kid that's going to run
Are these the same
street.
people who don't move over when a car is on the side of the road?
These are the exact same people.
Yeah, so they know what they're doing. They don't care.
Maybe. I'd like to have a little more grace, but
no, but it's you see it all the time. And if I'm trying to get over, you see an emergency vehicle, get out of the way.
Yeah.
What if that's your loved one they're trying to get to? I
Florida
digress.
law,
Then you have to move over. You have to move over. Okay, and let's move on to another story. This might be it might be my favorite story because it comes from a guy we're familiar with, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan Law Firm. They filed a suit in federal court today, and you come across these things and you're like, what is this about? Well, they want to use Steamboat Willie in one of their ads. Their ads are infamous.
He is a marketing genius.
He really, really is. I remember a couple of years ago when they did the Size Matters ad, and a lot of the people in his firm left or were asked to leave.
I think because he told them to leave because they didn't like his idea.
They were invited to leave, and it became one of the most popular ones.
Yeah, he says it raised sales 20 or 30%.
Oh my gosh. Well, this one involves Steamboat Willie, a beloved Disney character who was even before Mickey Mouse. And so John Morgan and his firm, they want to make sure that it's okay for them to use this character in an ad. Let's play the ad first and see why they might want permission from Disney.
This Morgan video was not approved, authorized, or endorsed by Disney. This Morgan video was not approved, authorized, or endorsed by Disney.
I love how they have cell phones in that ad with pound
Pull that
wall.
out. Pound wall.
Exactly.
For the people.
So the commercial clearly shows the Disney character in his boat, his Steamboat Willie, driving, and a car, he slams into a car slams into him. Steamboat Willie was before even Mickey Mouse. The Disney copyright on Steamboat Willie expired last year. It's like one of those things, you know how if we used to sing happy birthday, we would have to pay a fine, not a fine, but a
Yes.
fee or whatever. But now you can kind of use Steamboat Willie for whatever you want, or so we think. And Morgan & Morgan want to make sure that, okay, we've got your permission, we've got your blessing, we want to put this out here. We don't want you coming back at us
Right.
later on.
Well, that's the weird thing about this. So Morgan & Morgan wanted to use it. The copyright, they can use it.
More
They
than a
can
year
use
ago, yeah.
Steamboat Willie, and they know
Yes.
this as lawyers.
But
This is what they do. But
I know.
So they asked Disney apparently, hey,
Can we? Is it okay?
But they don't need Disney to be okay with it.
bless it.
Apparently Disney is like,
Crickets. Nothing.
we don't want you using it, but we're not going to give you permission. But do they even have the permission to give?
I don't know.
So they took them. It's not even a lawsuit. It's more like going in front of a judge to say,
They want a ruling.
hey,
They
this
want a
is okay before we air this a
Because
million times.
what if there's a possibility Disney says, we told you could use it, but you can't use it in something like this? I mean, are there rules? I don't know. I don't know.
So I think the rule, and the reason you see it in a disclaimer several times
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
commercial is you can't use that to say that Disney is happy with your business or endorsing your business.
Correct.
That's the fine line that they're trying to walk by saying Disney does not endorse Morgan & Morgan.
And you could understand why, because it is one of the largest law firms in the country, and if there's the perception that Disney is backing it or supporting this or gave its blessing, then what might other entities be capable of claiming or making it seem as if they're claiming? I don't know. This one,
It's an
it'll be
story.
interesting.
I mean, they're getting the attention. They haven't even paid for the commercials yet. You know, you haven't even bought the ad time, and here you are. You get 3 minutes of News 6 Tonight, which is very
does
valuable.
Ask
by
an
the way.
interesting question. I think a lot of people will be examining this in the days and the weeks to come. So we'll keep you posted on that
You're
as
right.
well.
He's a fascinating character.
Oh,
though.
he knows what he's doing.
He texted you today. No, he didn't. Okay, he texted
No.
you sometimes. I know you're friends with him.
Yeah. But we reached out to Disney about this.
you
and
reached out to Disney,
Disney.
that's right.
Yeah. And they have not only are they not responding to the Morgans, they're not responding to News 6.
Okay.
either. Yeah.
All right. Good to know. Hey, coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at an aggressive gator in one community right next to a rope swing. I think that's what
that's
they call.
interesting.
That's what gators call Uber Eats. We'll be right back.
Yeah, and he got the link from the show just a little while ago, I think. So we'll make sure we have that for News 6 Tonight. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We know you're busy, but news doesn't stop, and neither do we.
That's right. And this is News 6 Tonight, where we leverage this entire busy newsroom with our community correspondents, our producers, our content desk, and then we filter through that. We have a casual conversation about the news that impacts Central Florida.
Yeah, we live here in the community, and we rely on you for our neighborhood network because you're our eyes and ears as well, and we can't do it without you.
So you can watch us all over the place, YouTube, News 6 Plus app, and clickorlando.com. While you're here, feel free to engage. Let us know who you are and where you're from. Hey, welcome back to News 6 Tonight. Glad you're with us. We get calls all the time with people who are dealing with issues. Sometimes we see these things on social media and then we reach out to people. So we heard from people in Winter Springs who were saying that there is this aggressive alligator. Not talking one of these little babies, not a little 4 foot, 5 foot. We're talking about a 9 foot gator coming after
9 foot.
people. You step in the water.
Yeah.
9-footer is usually a bull gator. That's usually a male,
Right.
right? And they get a little possessive over their areas.
Well,
Right near a rope swing. Apparently, it's a place where people like to hop in the water. So we thought we would check it out. So we sent Catherine Silver out. I don't know what's worse. She's been on the Stinky Beat this
So
week. She had
now this
2
one.
funky smells, a sewage
And a
smell.
gator.
Now today we're like, hey, there's a really aggressive gator, Catherine. Why don't you go meet the guy? Here she is.
As soon as I step in the water, my dog's in front of me, and this gator, probably 9 foot, just darts out.
Noel Keller acted as soon as he saw the alligator in the afternoon at the Howell Creek Bridge trestle. He says the big gator was aggressive and wasn't afraid of getting too close.
It could have done some damage for sure.
How close did it get to you?
Too close. Born and raised Florida, so I'm not really scared of them, but it was a little too close for comfort.
This part of Howell Creek passes right under the trail. It's not just a popular place to walk or bike, it's also a popular place to swim.
I just felt a tug on me.
2 years ago, a 13-year-old told News 6 a gator bit his hip in the same spot. He was there with his little brother.
In the moment, I was just like, it's like life or death.
And it's not just the people, it's the pets. We noticed this flyer, an 84-pound husky mix that went missing Sunday, an excellent swimmer.
You're in their territory. So, I mean, if you're a kid, you always got to be responsible, have fun, but just always know that there could be something in that water.
I hope
And
that
listen,
husky's okay.
I hope so too. I hope he just, ran away from home for a little bit and wanted to explore. He's going to get hungry and he'll come back. But the gators, if there is a body of water, just assume that
There's one in there.
there's a gator
Yeah.
in there. I mean, check your bathtub before you get in it at night. I mean, there's
Always look in the toilet
There might be some.
before you
that's
sit down.
that's another one for
We've seen
sure.
too many of those.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But it is a serious concern because we love to be in the water here in Florida, and happens to be that's where the gators
It's
also
funny, there's
like
a
to be.
rope swing right there. I get it. My favorite part of the story. So only authorized trappers can legally remove a nuisance gator, and they're generally considered. They have to be 4 feet or longer.
This
'cause
one is
4 feet. Yeah, this one's 9. Posing a threat to people, pets, or property. It is illegal though for the public to attempt to capture or relocate a gator. You're not allowed to do it. I know, like
it's just not safe.
No, I mean there are some
Yeah.
good old boys who will get out there and remove a gator, but that is illegal to do.
All right. So moving on to another story that is so interesting to me. We talk about these different things. We talk about brain-eating amoebas that are in lakes, speaking of bodies of water. But there is a Florida man who has what's called flesh-eating bacteria, and it is as bad as it sounds. He thinks he got it because he got a nick. He was mowing the lawn, and there was like some kind of rusty pipe in the right-of-way, and he got a tiny cut. And
So this guy wasn't in the ocean. He wasn't in the Gulf.
No. And he got this cut, and within days, he knew something was wrong. Like he said, it had an impact on how he was even thinking. Our reporter Scott Johnson has this story. He talked to the guy, and some of the pictures we tried to blur it out. I don't know if we'll get that far into the story, but if it's a little gross, then hopefully you'll be able
Chris
to.
is raising an eyebrow at us. I don't know what they're. Yeah, he.
Oh, he didn't do it,
Okay.
Chris.
Oh, he cut it out.
You
All
cut
right,
it
so
out.
don't worry.
Thank you.
about it.
Yeah, okay, so we can see it. It's
So
safe.
enjoy.
I'm in incredible pain, and I worry about it because it's so extensive. I worry about getting infected and then being in the hospital again, being sick, everything else.
So how did this happen? He was out mowing his grass in this ditch that runs alongside his house, technically public right-of-way. And down here, he says he cut his leg on this old, rusted, broken pipe. Just a small cut, and he believes that's what caused all this to happen.
When I went to the emergency room, I was out of my mind. That's why I asked my mom to take me to the emergency room.
What do you mean you're out of your mind?
I was delirious because the infection, it was eating the leg underneath where you couldn't see.
The ditch is the couple's best guess as to where the bacteria came from, and now his longtime girlfriend, Sarah Taylor, is left as his caregiver.
I'm not qualified to do this. I have no training. I'm not a nurse, I'm a cashier.
We don't really have nurse staff here to change this out with. It's just me and her.
Overall, Manor's still in shock this could happen. He believes, while just out cutting the grass.
I mean, it's what a freak accident, what a freaky story. And it seems like he said that they were going to be able to save his leg, but the way they had to do the skin graft from one leg to the other leg,
A little
but
dicey.
but still, I mean, he still runs the risk of having an infection, a terrible infection, but he says it's still better than having to have his leg or legs amputated. The sad thing is he has an irrigation business, and how is he going to run that? His girlfriend's taking care of him. She's not a nurse. She says she's not
You
qualified
could
to
even
do
see
that.
his home wasn't equipped. They had 2 pieces of wood
Yeah,
that he has to go up that
on the
steep
ramp,
incline.
yeah.
Just that, as having a dad in a wheelchair, that freaks me out right there. But
Yeah.
we've seen those flesh-eating bacteria cases a few times in the last few years. Usually it's somebody in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
And they'll fall off a paddleboard into
Something.
an oyster bed or something and get scraped up, and then it
Yeah, but I had not heard of if he probably maybe hopefully people just need to get a tetanus shot if something like that happens. Sometimes you just don't know. And then it seems so innocent, like a little scrape. You wouldn't think it would lead to all of that.
turns into that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So
Awful.
we certainly are wishing the best for him in a full recovery. But boy, it's going to be a while
Could be
before he's
tough.
back to normal
Yeah.
for sure.
All right, let's get you over to our meteorologist. We have Jonathan Kegas standing by in the Digital Weather Center. He is what we call our neighbor on the stream. We have us, and then right next door at 9:30, Jonathan
Oh,
takes over.
won't you be our neighbor?
With your weather.
That's
I've got to
super
change
nice.
my sweater real quick here,
He's
Jonathan,
got
while
the
you
soft
tell us.
sole shoes on.
Tell us what's going on, because we are seeing some weather changes. It's feeling more like those summer, humid, stormy days.
Yeah, it kind of stinks. I know. Went to take the garbage out today, and it's like, I mean, I knew it was coming. Of course, knew it was coming.
You knew it 'cause
but
you
it's
told
still,
everybody.
Yeah,
If it
that's
surprises
true.
you, there's a
You heard
problem.
it. It's right. That'd be a big problem. You heard it here first. But no, we talked about the gradual is going to creep back up, and it did. So you can have coffee on the patio this weekend, Ginger, but it's not going to be as comfortable as last
Pass.
Sunday. But pass, yeah.
Iced coffee.
It's coming though. Hey, what if I told you though? How about this stat? This is going to be a great stat for the water cooler tomorrow. A good pickup line, so to speak.
Oh,
Tomorrow is the last day that we average 90 degrees in the afternoon.
Yes.
So after that, the average high temperature. Now, of course, we can be hotter than the average. We typically don't stick around average all the time. But the last climatological day that we average 90 degrees in the Orlando area for the year is tomorrow.
Okay.
Hold
Starting
on.
Friday.
So, how would you use that as a pickup line? And you must be pretty good with pickup lines because you have a cute wife. She's way out of your league.
I would say so.
And so, how would you use that as what kind of dorky weather pickup line would you explain to me how that would work?
Jonathan, don't do it.
Maybe like, okay, you're hotter than the average temperature is going to be on Friday.
Oh,
because it dipped to 90
that's how he
degrees.
did it. I went
How
to his
about that?
wedding. We were all sitting there at the wedding. How did he get her? And that's how he did it.
No, I'm sure if I would have used that on her, she would have ran.
Oh, I love
She
it.
is a
That's
lucky
so
woman.
good.
Jonathan
That's so good.
Kegas,
Really
very
fast.
nice.
That's
Thank you,
amazing.
sir. We appreciate it.
Got it, guys.
Thanks,
All right.
Jonathan. Sorry. Why'd you do that to him?
That
But
was
he nailed
perfect.
it. It was
That's what you call good streaming right there. All right, coming up after the break, we have some more good streaming for you. Florida golf courses, many of them are struggling. So how about an old golf course that's turning to some new innovation? After the break. Welcome to News 6 Tonight. We are so thankful that you're joining us here wherever you found us.
Yeah, you know what this tells me? If you have made this your new streaming destination, it tells me you're smart. Also, good looking. Because you chose to watch the news in a different way. That makes you really smart. Anybody can give you the news from a teleprompter or an old newspaper. We do it in a fresh new way.
That's right. So check us out wherever you like to stream. We have this app for your TV, News 6 Plus. You can find it on Roku and Amazon and whatever your smart TV is cooking. So thank you. We would love to hear your comments down
Oh my
below.
gosh. Yeah.
And then we'll show them.
Yeah, we will. News 6 Plus. The plus is you.
Ooh. I'm drinking a cafe con leche before the show every night now.
That's your
gonna be-
problem tonight. I think that's what caused your sneezing fit, and you have some ridiculous level of energy.
I think
But
I'm allergic to cafe con leche. I don't know, but I feel, despite my clogged sinuses, I feel pretty good tonight. And I'm glad that you're with us. So Florida has more golf courses than any other state. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Like way more than California.
like triple more, right?
Yeah, we have more than a lot of countries, but many are struggling. My golf course in my hood, it's not doing so
If you have a
great.
golf course in your neighborhood, you can't call it a hood. But go on.
I don't know. Sometimes it
If you
feels
live on a golf course, it's not a hood.
sometimes it feels that way. But there's a place that is an old golf course turning to some cool new technology, and I think it seems like a lot of fun. Our anchor Lisa Bell went to Dubs Dread to check it out.
Dubstred General Manager Rodney Reef-Snyder is overseeing construction of a brand new learning center coming to the historic golf course's driving range. And when the weather gets rough, students will soon be able to step inside a new air-conditioned, high-tech tee box.
How bad was I? Oh, I would have gotten 132 yards?
Yeah, you would have went 130.
That's good.
Director of Instruction Steve Brewer says the technology from TrackMan analyzes your swing, breaking it down into 44 separate categories. The technology also available in 36 redesigned bays in the now covered driving range.
So I think a lot of golf courses are going to have to do stuff like that to stick around. Hopefully
Yeah, it's fun. The kids love it.